still missing one. We're still missing one. Yeah, we're still missing one.
Who's not missing?
We got one more person.
Have you ever been through one of these before?
I did, actually. This has been a couple. I'll start when I was graduating a long time ago. 1993. The city of Detroit was going to a charter that they had. Well, they were voting to see if they were college, so they started this whole charter awareness team. It was Nick Hood, senior.
Yeah.
He created, and I was a volunteer for that.
Okay. So do they generally take the full 3 years, or? Mm-hmm. To show like what the intent was for making revisions to the charter and stuff. Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Because when you call pretty well now,
As long as you get what you need, I'm happy.
and thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You know what? Secret. I like that very much.
So if any member of the public wants to speak, you need to fill out this sign-in sheet.
That's what she said. She's at the cemetery. She's driving down the street. Oh, because you got to swear them in before they can do anything.
Mm-hmm. The budget is in there. The budget is in there.
No. That I was just here to observe. I'm just here as an observer tonight. Official capacity as an observer, sir. Yeah, she must have been getting off of 59. Because she said she was at the cemetery. And if she's 3 minutes away, that's the only cemetery she can be at.
Somebody else. I know, but I'm saying it seems like a way to protect her, but it's not actually. It's not actually as long as it seems. But it really does. Oh, no.
Excuse me?
I don't know myself. IT set my stuff up. But I will get it again. Okay. I just won't have it tonight, but I'll get it again.
All right.
Sure, I just knew you had it.
Mr. Garrett might actually have it because he's into that kind of stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, good to have.
iPhones, can you get a picture? iPhones, can you come in? iPhone. You got your camera phone? Come on.
Oh, my iPhone.
Right.
I said, is the galaxy okay? I didn't know what to do. I was confused. I was confused. I didn't know what to do.
No, just one at a time. Everybody's eyes are on everyone. Okay, so you got there?
I got my number. Send it to Victoria.
Hello, everybody.
10, 609.
So you ready? We live? Yeah, you ready to go? Tell me we ready to go. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Ready to go. All right. All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Before you can actually get started, you need to take your oath of office. You have in front of you your certificate of election from the Oakland County Clerk, Lisa Brown. So if I could get everybody to stand up and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and the Charter of the City of Pontiac, Michigan, and that I will discharge the duties of Charter Commissioner of the City of Pontiac, Michigan, according to the best of my ability. Congratulations. So I'll make sure that each one of you get your oath of office. You will need to sign it. So we'll now have the, I think the meeting can officially start at, what time is it? 6, I can't see my clock. 6:11. So we'll have the deputy city clerk call the roll.
Burrows. Garrett. Killian. Payne. Ramsey. Stewart. Turpin. Williams. Ibarra. All right, all 9 are present.
Okay. So the first item on your agenda is you need to designate somebody to serve as your temporary chair before you actually select a chairperson and vice chairperson.
I nominate Gil Garrett.
So I think we first have to deal with the nomination of Scott Stewart since it was second.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just to serve as the temporary chair for this meeting.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess call the roll on Scott Stewart serving as the temporary chair.
Garrett.
Yes.
Killian. Payne.
Yes.
Ramsey. Stewart.
Yes.
Turpin.
Yes.
Williams. Ibarra. Burrows. 9-0.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the chair.
All right. That's interesting. All right. Great. I'm not expecting this, so that's wonderful. So my lovely clerks, if you have any suggestions, you just let me know. I think after the designation is the authorization to excuse commissioners.
There is none.
There is no right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Any amendments and approval of the agenda? Any amendments? Discussion on that? Seeing no discussion, I think we can go to any motions to approve.
Yeah, you need a motion to approve. Yeah.
Support.
Right, roll.
It's been moved.
I didn't get that support. I'm sorry. Who was that?
I'm sorry. Support by Garrett. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So then you would ask for a roll call.
All right, and we'll take roll call.
Killian.
Yes.
Payne.
Yes.
Ramsey. Stewart.
Yes.
Turpin.
Yes.
Williams. Ibarra. Burrows. Garrett.
Yes.
Agenda approved.
Great. All right. First item on the agenda is item A, which is selection of a chairperson.
So what you have before you, commissioners, you each have a ballot. And you have a ballot for a selection of a chairperson and a selection of a vice chairperson, but we'll deal with chairperson first. So you just need to write your name at the top of the ballot, and then you would mark one person's, put an X by the name of the person that you want to serve as your chairperson. If you want to be removed from consideration, I just included all of the commissioners' names. I need to note that Commissioner Killian's name is misspelled on the ballot. It should be Bryan.
Okay, through the chair, we just mark the X.
You would just mark an X. And if anybody does not want to be considered, they should let their fellow commissioners, in essence, know. And then make sure you put your name at the top of the ballot. And we'll collect the ballots. Pass it to the deputy clerk.
It's folded. Once you vote, it's folded. Chair, for the chair. Yep.
I have one more coming from here.
didn't vote twice, did he? No, she's.
No, he-
And then just read the, or you want me to read them, or you gonna read them?
I can.
Okay. So just read the name of the commissioner and then how the commissioner, in essence, voted.
All right, Commissioner Norbert Burrows, elected Tamika Ramsey. Commissioner Gil Garrett nominated himself, Gil Garrett. I'm trying to go in order. Commissioner Brian Killen nominated himself, Brian Killen.
Killian.
Commissioner Lucy Payne voted for Gil Garrett. Tamika Ramsey voted for Tamika Ramsey. Commissioner Stewart, voted for Tamika Ramsey. Commissioner Turpin voted for Kermit Williams. Commissioner Kermit Williams voted for Tamika Ramsey. Commissioner Jose Ibarro voted for Tamika Ramsey.
1, 2, 3, 5. So then by my count is Commissioner Ramsey has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes.
Yes.
So that's a majority. So then we can move to the ballot for a vice chairperson. And we can remove Commissioner Ramsey's name from the ballot. And then again, put your name at the top of the ballot and select a commissioner to serve as the vice chairperson.
That is all good. Do your thing, my friend. Everybody in?
Yes.
Great. Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. Commissioner Norbert Burrows voted for Kermit Williams. Commissioner Gil Garrett voted for Gil Garrett. Commissioner Brian Killian voted for Kermit Williams. Commissioner Lucy Payne voted for Gil Garrett. Commissioner Tamika Ramsey voted for Kermit Williams. Commissioner Scott Stewart voted for Kermit Williams. Commissioner Bruce Turpin voted for Kermit Williams. Commissioner Kermit Williams voted for Kermit Williams. Commissioner Jose Ibarro voted for Scott Stewart.
So, 1, 2,
I have 6 for Kermit.
6. Yeah, six votes for Kermit Williams. So that's a majority. So now, Commissioner Ramsey will assume the chair, and actually, you need a motion now to approve yourself as chairperson, and a second, and then a motion to approve Kermit Williams as vice chair.
Do I make that?
You make the motion?
I'll make the motion.
I support it.
So there's a move from Stewart and a second by Williams. This is for me, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Roll call.
Stewart,
It's on.
Yes.
Turpin, Williams, Ibarro, Burrows, Garrett,
Yes.
Killian,
Yes.
Payne,
Yes.
Ramsey.
Yes.
That's 9-0 for Miss Ramsey as chair.
So now I need a move in a second to approve Kermit Williams as vice chair.
I move.
I'll second.
Moved by Killian, second by Stewart. Roll call.
Turpin,
Yes.
Payne,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
Williams, Ibarra, Burrows,
Yes.
Killian.
Yes.
That's 9-0 for vice chair, Kermit Williams.
So then we need to move to discussion of state law concerning the Charter Commission.
Yes, Madam Chair, you actually have 2 binders, one from the clerk's office and one from the city attorney. But, and in your binder, I should first say, you have the 1982 charter with the amendments that have been approved over the years since the charter was enacted. You have also in your binder the 2013 Charter Commission, the revisions that they proposed that were not approved by the voters. You have that. You have the Home Rule City Act, and in the Home Rule City Act, it states that charter commissions can be enacted for up to 3 years. So the voters approved the Charter Commission in August of 2021. So this commission can stay in effect until August of 2024. And it says you have, I think, up to 3 opportunities to take a proposal before the voters. If the voters turn it down 3 times and you've exceeded your 3 years, then the Charter Commission simply just goes away. We've also included the Open Meetings Act handbook. The one thing, it tells you all about the Open Meetings Act. The other thing that I want to mention to you is the city has provided each one of you with a city email. If you haven't had the opportunity to set up your city email yet, please let us know if you need some help. We can have our IT staff help you, because if you continue to use your personal email, then you will be subjecting your personal email. It will be foiable. So I did send out communications to your personal email in case everybody didn't have set up, but from this point on, we will be only communicating with you through your official city email addresses. And then in your agenda packet is the listed under discussion C is the Home Rule City Act of 1909 with the various amendments. And this tells you all of the things that can be included in a charter. So that's a part of the packet that was put before you at the table today. I don't know if the city attorney had any comments or.
Sure. Yeah, so going forward, the clerk and I will make sure that we align our our submissions to you both a little better because we have about the exact same packets. And so I did provide this. I'm excited to work with everyone. I've been the city attorney for about 5 years now, and I think I've had the opportunity to meet each of you in that capacity. So I really look forward to working with you. As the clerk referenced, I think it's really important when we get members on a commission. I know a lot of you have experience, so you're actually familiar with this, but just to make sure everyone's on the same page, as a commission, you are subject to the Open Meetings Act, and I did provide a copy. And so that's really important to understand that whenever a quorum of this commission is present together, it's only can be under a duly noticed meeting. The clerk's office takes care of all the posting of those meetings, and so that's something to really be aware of. And likewise, as the clerk alluded to, the Freedom of Information Act also applies to your communications now. And communications have been read very, very broadly to include personal emails as well as personal tech cell phones. And so it's really important that when you're sending things out, you remember it's a public document, and if it's asked for, the clerk's office typically would have to provide it subject to certain exemptions. So always good things to remember. I think I play a very small role in the commission throughout the process. I think you're mainly a policy commission, and so I want to stay out of that and allow everyone to talk about how they, at a high level, want the document to change. And then that's when, toward the end, I can come in and help get that language just right. And so that's when I'll primarily be working with you. I've worked with, we established a charter commission in Flint, and I worked with ours in Highland Park as well. It's an exciting process. I've seen them move quickly, which is probably about a year. And then in Highland Park, it was on the last day of the 3rd year that they voted to approve it. So it really just depends on how big of a change you're looking to make and what other charters you see that might, if you're looking for different pieces of different charters or at a high level, different structures of different charters, then we can certainly help provide those to you. So again, I'm always happy to answer any questions, but I pretty much intend to stay out of your way. I don't have anything else on the agenda, actually. Administration's always concerned about costs, so if you see me leaving, it's just because we want to be as efficient as we possibly can. It's not that I don't want to spend time with you. I did, in my memo, include my office number and my email. Please don't hesitate to contact me, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. So the next is the discussion of the mayor's proposed fiscal year 2023 budget for the Charter Commission.
So, and this is primarily the reason why I wanted you to meet before the budget was voted on and approved by the city council. So, Mayor Grimo, in his first budget to the city, has proposed a budget for the charter commission. That is a part of your packet listed under discussion item D. And what you will see under, I'll just go through it, under salary and wages, that actually represents 50% of the deputy city clerk's salary, because the deputy city clerk will be providing administrative support to your body. You've been also allocated $2,500 for office supplies, $5,000 for printing, $2,500 for public notices, $5,000 for training expense. And then in the city attorney's budget, the mayor has allocated $15,000 for legal service support for the commission. So if you want any changes made to this budget, the time will be to discuss this now, so where we can where I can communicate that to the city council, because the city council has completed the department budget hearings, and later this week, I believe it's on June 7th and 8th, they will actually go through and make adjustments to the mayor's budget.
All right, so I guess, are there any questions, concerns? Kermit?
Yes,
Commissioner Williams.
thank you, Chairperson Ramsey. I like the way that sounds. The first thing is under printing services. I believe that probably needs to be increased to about 25,000. In my vision, we probably need to be sending out at least 1 or 2 communications to the general public about public meetings, and also if we get 4 or 5 major things that we change in the charter, being able to communicate that with the general public. And then my other major change, I see that there's attorney fees for the city attorney, but there are no attorney fees for any expert. The last charter commission had Peter Lutzman, who worked on the charter in 1982, help guide them through it. And I don't know what that cost should be, but I would love to talk with my colleagues on how we can get some kind of expert in here, so we're not just leading this just as 9 people.
Thank you. Commissioner Garrett?
No, I actually support Commissioner Williams' actually recommendation. I would like to I thought it would be a little bit more in the $30,000 range, only because of mailers, increased costs, subject to paper things, inflation. I thought it was at least 30,000, and to combine the public notice, if you wanted to take, I didn't know particularly that 2,500, what was that exactly when you say public notice? Because that would have been into branding and marketing anyway.
So through the chair, public notices
Okay.
are like if there are any notices of any meetings that need to be actually published, that's what public notice.
Oh, like in the newspaper?
Correct.
So are we obligated, thank you, clerk, city clerk, I think. So Chair, Madam Chair, are we obligated to, anytime we post our meetings, is it like the regular council meetings, I was assuming? It's not something that we gotta do through the newspaper or magazine, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Chair.
Okay.
So the first recommendation was $25,000, and Commissioner Garrett bumped that up to 30.
Yes, ma'am.
But
I take his amendment.
okay, so $30,000 for printing and mailing.
So now, I'm sorry, through the chair, printing normally, that's the development. You would actually need some postage. So you were talking about $30,000 as inclusive of postage, or
Well, I was,
in addition?
I'm sorry, through the chair, was actually, well, now that you throw into postage, I thought that was something that would, we would get as a discount rate coming from the city, but if not, then we would need to find out what that additional will cost per resident, because it's not like we're just doing a basic city election, we're doing a citywide election with every resident. So the cost would be a little bit more as it relates, excuse me, as a reference to mailers. We can definitely use social media to, cut cost and things of that nature, but to have a direct mailer, to Commissioner Williams' point, it may cost us a little bit more than 30,000 as it relates, but I don't have that number offhand. But it's pretty expensive.
Commissioner Williams?
Chairperson Ramsey, I think maybe we should put a placeholder until we find that true cost of $50,000, and then they can, as the city council, can change it or recommend something different because we don't have the true cost in front of us. But I think that social media is also separate, so I would like to put an addition for probably $2,500 for social media because some residents are not going to be reached by mail.
Okay, so the amendment was $50,000 for printing and mailing, with the placeholder also for postage. It's printing and binding services with a placeholder for postage. And then $2,500 for social media.
10-4, Madam Chair, I accept that amendment.
So, I'm sorry, Madam Chair, so I'm clear. 50,000 would be inclusive of postage, because the way that the city works is that every department is allocated a code, in a sense, for postage. So when we do mailings and things like that, it gets allocated to a particular department. But it's as a separate line item, which you don't currently have, is postage. So maybe out of that, do you want to allocate $20,000 for postage?
Well, I think the concern was we don't know what the true cost for postage is, and so we wanted to make sure that we knew before we allocated any funds specifically to it. Is that okay?
So what I was going to do is just mention all this to in essence, the city council. But yeah, you would need some kind of postage allocation.
Okay. Okay, Commissioner Killiam,
Excuse me, Mr. Doyle, Clerk Doyle.
turn your mic on.
My issue with the budget is it's not detailed enough. I mean, we're gonna vote on something in the blind. It's not, just like we were talking about, we don't know the cost of most of these items that are before us. So I would like to have, if we have the opportunity, to see what the actual costs, like social media, like mailings, to be more gendered towards what we need to do. So if that's possible, I would prefer we, push this on with these numbers incomplete and have another meeting about just this before we vote.
Through the chair, the only problem with that is council right now is in the midst of its budget deliberations. So this budget was, in a sense, a bare bones budget, not knowing what the wishes of the commission were, but knowing that in essence that you needed a budget. So that was the main reason to have this meeting tonight, to get some feedback from the commission as to what you would like to actually see in your particular budget. But we can work on trying to find out what the actual, in essence, costs are. But the way that council works, like, for example, when I presented my budget to, well, it was first to the mayor and then to the city council, I mean, I kind of knew what, in essence, I wanted. So I actually had, in essence, true costs. But I put together a few items for the Charter Commission, but I had no idea as to what your particular wishes were. So that was the point of this meeting tonight.
Can I ask a quick question? If we were to do 30 for the printing and 20 for postage, and we needed to switch that, would we be able to switch those two, like move money from one to the other?
So that would require a budget amendment, and it really depends on how city council approves the budget. So the way that the budget has been approved in the past is as a line item budget, and you're able to move up to $10,000 without having to go back before city council. I don't know if the current council will adopt the budget the way it has been adopted in the past.
Thank you. Commissioner Stewart?
One, I was just curious on what training expenses are going to specifically, and then also just wanted to think about like community outreach in a way that's not marketing. So whether that's a town hall or some type of event that we can utilize to inform the public. I think the more that we can do this time around to make sure that the public's engaged and aware would be really helpful. And then I'll support all the rest of the conversation, specifically getting experts or subject matter experts in the door as well.
Thank you. Commissioner Payne?
I support Commissioner Scott on training, and I was actually looking at a facilitator for training actually runs anywhere from $150 to $350 per hour, and calculating that per day would be anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. So I would like for us to increase that to about $15,000.
The training expenses?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So we have the printing moved to $50,000, but that includes postage. Are we comfortable with, Commissioner Williams?
Yeah, so hearing what the clerk said and knowing that the budget has to pass in a week, I would suggest we inflate our costs and let the council then come back with whatever they think the recommendations are. But my fear is they give us exactly what we need, and what we need is not enough.
Yeah.
So, so my suggestion, going through the list, and you guys can tell me how you think, is that we do 50,000 for printing and binding services, 50,000 for postage, 15,000 for training, and then another 10,000 under what would probably be listed as events, but that would be community outreach. I don't think the budget has anything that reflects community outreach, but I know that when we did the budget in the past, events were listed on there.
How much was it for events?
What,
10.
I said 10,000.
10, okay.
So I would think that if we submitted that to the new council, then they would look at what true cost is in each of those, and then go through and come back to us with something that we need. But I'm open to anybody else's thoughts.
Okay. Oh,
No.
I'll go with Turpin first, and then Garrett, Killiam, and Stewart.
I sat on a charter commission some years ago for like 3 years. We had absolutely no budget. Nothing. Nana. Not a thing. But we deliberated and we got it done. Now, I think that, you know, it's obviously nice to have like communication with the public so that they understand what's going on. Nobody came to our meetings, nothing, nada. And so, like, you know, all this conversation about all this money, it's like spinning my head. The money is not the important part of this thing. The important part is that we deliberate and we go through this thing and we develop a plan for our city. You know, along the way, you know, you can have a meeting here and there with different people, but really, why is all this money an important part of the conversation? I don't understand it. You know, I'm here as a volunteer to give my time for this community. And being bogged down with this budget thing, it's like, you know, it's over my head. I don't get it at all. And so, you know, we did that for 3 years. Sat in here and deliberated. Not in here, but next door. And we came up with a package, and it just disappeared into the Never Land. I don't know. Maybe that's why you have to have community involved. I don't know. But it's like a new age, you know, all the social media and all this conversation, and you know, I struggle to keep up with what's in Facebook and here and there and all that stuff. But ultimately, it's about us at this table coming up with a document that makes sense for our city, and you know, whatever the budget might be, you know, you can't put numbers on it at this point in time. You know, you can start with something. Maybe you can have some assurances from the council or whatever, and the mayor, that, if we need to find some more money, that they can find it for us. But really, it's not about the money. It's about the work that we do up here. If we want to show up at an event somewhere and discuss things, or have an open house or something like that, we can do that. It's not about the money. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you very much. And I think we all agree with you. Like, we are all up here volunteering. We all are doing this because we believe in the city. From my standpoint, having funding from the budget is to help with community outreach. Is maybe one of the reasons why the charter didn't get passed in 2012, is because there was not enough community engagement. And so I think we are all up here committed to making sure that we're bringing the community with us every single step of the way. And that costs money. And we want to make sure that the city, once again, is aligning the budget with what they feel is a priority. And if this charter is a priority, then the city needs to fund it. Personal opinion, I don't know if I could be doing that up here. We're going to have to have a talker. All right.
Chairperson, I share your sentiments exactly. And actually working over in the school district, passing a bond, working in the city, currently liaisoning now, trying to get communication out to the citizen. It does cost money, and it costs a lot of it. And so money is important as it relates to our citizens, because there is a lack of trust. When we talked about charter, and we're talking about charter revisions, there's several things that's going to come up in this charter revision and conversation, such as the medical marijuana industry, such as even conversations around schooling and what we want that partnership to look like, and also what we want to look like as far as what we want the government to look like as a whole. So we have to make sure that we every step of the way, including the first day. And so I do share Commissioner Williams' approach is that we do give the budget. We do give some numbers inside of that budget, heighten up a little bit. But then also, because we do have a chair now, and yourself and Kermit Williams, to attend that finance committee meeting and making sure that what we need is addressed and discussed in that finance committee meeting. And as long as they're meeting, you guys be step along the way to meet with them as well. And then after, and they come back to the vote and we figure out what we have, we can then, address that as we see fit. But it does take for us to be here speaking about the dollars now, so we don't have to be speaking about them later.
Thank you.
One of the things that we did with the city council budget for the last 10 years is we returned almost 50% of that budget every year to the next year going forward. But it's hard for the finance department or the city council to go and do amendments in the budget when they're tracking everything else. So it's better to have the money up front than to go into the budget and change pieces based on need, because the money might not be there at that time if you haven't thought about it ahead of time, because the city has other priorities. We have another COVID, another storm, we just don't know what it is, but at least if it's in the budget forecasted, then at least we'll have a solid footing on where this is. None of this money is going to salaries for us, so I just need the public to know that, so, because that's not been articulated. I just want to make sure none of the commissioners get paid. So this is all volunteer for everybody. So I just want that to be said, because I know people are watching at home that may not know about the charter.
And if the money isn't used, it can roll over to the next year. Payne, and then go ahead.
Go ahead.
And everything has been said that I was going to say, and that is that I am the president of a CDC, and monies have been coming out of my pocket just to do printing and to do agendas and my ink and all of those things. So we have to make sure that the community is communicated with, because it's important, because when we go to vote, we want them to already know what's in that charter, so that we will have to go only one time to vote. And that's what my expectation is for this committee.
Thank you. Killian?
Yes, first and foremost, honors to my mother, Mrs. LaDuff, who was on the last Charter Commission. And I read some of her notes, and it comes out to this finance is so important. I'm going to camel back off of Commissioner Garrett has said. In order to be transparent to our public, we need finance. And that's been so important. You look at all these presidential and everything, they spend millions and billions of dollars to get their point across. And they get to the public. So our most important thing, since we are working up here with no pay, is to get to the public. So we need to give a budget that's conducive and conclusive of getting to the people in transparency and truth. Thank you.
Thank you. Stuart?
I just wanted to follow up. Is the training expense something that would be fine to be allocated towards consulting, or does there need to be like a consultant or a contractual line item that would fit that?
So through the chair, training would be more so in a sense if you wanted to attend
Okay.
trainings. I heard some talk about bringing in like a professional, consultant. That would actually, you would need to actually have an allocation for professional services. That would actually go under professional services.
Thank you for that clarity. I would suggest we probably move that 15,000 that Kermit mentioned in training to professional services.
I accept that amendment.
And a clarifying question, Commissioner Williams, you said the attorney with the expertise on the Charter Commission. So would we like to increase our legal services, or would that be under professional services?
I would rather put it under professional services because if they're not the city attorney, they can't give us legal advice technically. So the city attorney always has the final say so on whatever. But if it's under professional, then we can have somebody that's attorney, we can have somebody that's a tax expert. We could also bring in somebody who's a marijuana expert to find out how community benefits are going. So I wouldn't want to limit it, but we may need to pay more if they're gonna be professional people. I don't know if 15,000 is enough.
No, I don't think so. Okay, so just for an update, we have 50,000 for postage, we have 50,000 for printing, we still have 25 for public notices, we still have 5,000 for training expenses, we then have another 10,000 for events, and then 15,000 for professional services, and then 2,500 for social media.
So excuse me, Madam Chair, I think I got lost. So you have 50,000 for printing and 50,000 for postage?
Yes.
Okay.
Think about the training. I mean, I think that that's.
So let me go over these again. So printing, 50,000. Public notices, are you eliminating that
No,
category?
it's staying 25.
2,500, okay. Training expenses being eliminated, is being changed to professional services.
No, we want the
You do
5,000
want the
for
5,000,
training,
okay.
and then the 15,000 for professional services.
Madam Chair,
Okay.
I think training is extremely important, and I think that $5,000 is not going to really help us to get where we need to go as far as making us a little bit more aware of what's going on in other cities, even going and speaking with other cities. I mean, I think that that training is vitally important part of us, for us to make this happen and make it work for the city.
So what would be your
So I would like to
recommendation?
keep our 15,000 there.
Okay, so keep the 15,000, okay. So clerk, it would be 50 for printing, 50 for postage, 25 for public notices, 15 for training, 10 for events, 15 for professional services, and then 2,500 for social media.
Okay, got it. All right.
Chair,
Yes.
amend that personal service to 25, because we're gonna need more than that if you're gonna breathe.
So Commissioner Killiam said increase professional services to 25. So add another 10.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would also just note maybe we broaden social media to be just broader marketing,
Okay.
just to catch other areas that we might not think about.
And to,
Go right ahead.
Madam Chair, to that social media piece, because we don't have an active social media page now,
Right.
or we can have 5,000, 10,000 friends right now. That cost would be to add ads through social media, is what I'm assuming that cost would be through social media that gives you into a larger audience directed to the citizens of Pontiac.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I think it's important for us to remember Commissioner Williams' comment in regard, because I was thinking, a budget really is a budget. I mean, you don't know how far you're gonna go off into the black or into the red. But you wanna make sure that you have enough there, and that way you can minimize your spending by researching and getting individuals that doesn't cost $35,000 for an in-service.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
thank you.
So,
Yep.
Any other comments?
I have a question. The city of Pontiac has, what, 25, 30,000 voters?
I don't know, but they have enough.
And we're talking about,
A budget of,
what, $150,000 to reach 30,000 people? Most of which don't vote?
Thank you. Well, thank you.
I'm just saying.
Commissioner Williams?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Dr. Turpin. I just want to put in perspective that each piece of mail is at least 50 cents for postage, plus the print of the material. So if you do the math, just to reach 30,000 people, that's $60,000 that we're spending. And I think the bigger question, though, Dr. Turpin, is we're spending $150,000 or so to push the course of Pontiac for the next 30 years. The charter that was worked on in 1982 is still here. That was passed before I was born. Is still here. So the people that we're reaching, maybe in this one-time vote, are going to have to live with the consequences until the next charter is passed or revised or whatever. But what would be the true cost of having a document that's really good, like the charter that you guys came up with, and it not pass, and spending those resources over and over again trying to get an updated document, because we all know that the charter that they gave us today is outdated. So I just want to put that in perspective, because I understand you're being frugal and I want to support that, but I also want to look at the totality of where we're going as a community, and that we're doing this hopefully to come up with a generational document and not something that we're just doing in a one-time budget season.
I guess as long as I understand that the money we don't spend can go back to where it came from.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And it is also my hope, and the reason why I ran for this position in the first place is to talk to every resident in the city. This is going to be the Bible in which the city is ran for the next forever. And we want to make sure that they are aware of what is being done and updated to the charter. So hopefully we can get it passed, as Commissioner Payne said, on the first time. So thank you.
So on that, I will communicate these changes to the city council. As I mentioned, the council will begin its deliberations and making adjustments to the budget on June the 7th. I'm sorry, June the 8th. June the 7th is tomorrow, regular council meeting. June the 8th and 9th. So that's Wednesday and Thursday from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. So I would advise any charter commissioner, the meetings are of course open to the public, so if you want to have input during public comment to communicate what your wishes are to attend those particular sessions, again on June 8th and 9th from 5 until 7 p.m. right here in the council chambers.
Thank you. Commissioner Garrett?
Madam Chair, so that we are doing our due diligence, and I know this is our first meeting, can we have a motion on the floor to accept the amended budget to reflect what we had stated today?
Yes.
That'd be documented in record so that people can follow us as we're going along this process.
Thank you. So there's a motion to accept the changes of the Charter Commission budget for fiscal year 2022-23.
Yeah, the fiscal year 23.
23. And those changes would be $50,000 for postage, $50,000 for printing, $2,500 for public notice, $15,000 for training, $10,000 for events, $25,000 for professional services, $2,500 for marketing. Did Garrett move? Garrett moved and Killian supported.
Yes, sir.
Roll call, please.
Williams. Ibarra. Burrows.
Yes.
Garrett.
Yes.
Killian. Payne.
Yes.
Ramsey.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Turpin.
No.
That's 8-1, Madam Chair.
Thank you. All right, and then we will move on to discussion of the establishment of rules and committees for the commission.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I would move that we table this to actually, because now we're a body, and actually table this so we can have some true discussion on what we want our rules and committees to be, instead of just trying to rush something, just because this is our first meeting.
I second that table.
There's a move and second to table item E, discussion of the establishment of rules of and committees for the commission. I have a move by Williams and a support by Garrett. Roll call.
Ibarra. Yes. Burrows. Yes. Garrett.
Yes.
Killian.
Yes.
Payne.
Yes.
Ramsey.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Turpin.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
9-0.
The next one is the discussion, I believe, of our regularly scheduled meetings.
So, Madam Chair, I didn't know if you wanted to determine right now when you would have regularly scheduled meetings. It's kind of, since council is in the midst of budget deliberations, it was kind of hard to get this meeting scheduled because council is pretty much meeting somewhat like every day, to get through the budget. So the budget, they have to adopt the budget 1 week before the beginning of the fiscal year. So I believe that's June 23rd. So it will be really hard to have a meeting anytime before then. So that's why I just put next meeting date. And then maybe at your next meeting, you could decide when you would want to have your regularly scheduled meetings. And also at that next meeting, maybe you're establishing your rules and committees and stuff like that. So maybe you just determine when you would like to have your next meeting.
All right, any suggestions on the next meeting? I think we all got here on a Monday. It is Monday, right? Okay. We all got here on a Monday. Does Monday not work for anyone else? I see some.
That's a good question.
I'd love to maybe talk about frequency. Maybe that would be helpful.
So how often do we want to meet?
And
Is
this-
that, is that something we want to discuss at the next meeting? Just like get a date for the next meeting, and then we would talk about frequency, when, how.
Cool.
What,
And
is
that's
that
the-
okay? Oh, go
And
ahead.
I'm sorry, Madam.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. So this meeting our next meeting would be after June 20th.
Yeah, please, at least after June.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Mondays would be difficult for me.
School board.
school board.
Okay, so no Mondays.
Yeah. Well, if it's in the mornings or something, anytime but 6 o'clock, or anytime but 5 o'clock for me. Anytime that I'm available.
Madam Chair, I would suggest, because the charter is more work session-like than anything else, that we may want to consider doing Saturdays instead of doing weeknights.
That's a good-
Just because people's brains from their day jobs are already mush. So just to be fresh, maybe a Saturday, if that works for people. to be thought of as a meeting. I'm not saying that we need to vote on it now, but just to throw that out as a thought, because what we want to do is be able to go through, take time on each issue, and really talk about things in totality.
Would it be fair to schedule our next meeting on a Saturday?
It depends what time for me. That's,
You work on Saturdays? Okay. What time is good for you?
it depends on, it depends on some other things.
Okay. Does anybody have any time suggestions? I would say after 10.
July 9th.
That is not a good day for me already.
Not a good day.
And then, Madam Chair, so the clerk's office is offering administrative support, but
Okay.
our
Yes.
hours are traditionally
Yes, Monday through.
Monday through Friday. And then in addition to that, we are about to go into election
Yes.
season, so Saturdays would be difficult for us.
Okay.
Make it a luncheon.
No Saturdays. Well, we do need to come up with our next meeting date, so if we can do that, then we can figure all this out then.
What about a Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Wednesdays are good for me.
Wednesday, okay,
Wednesday's better.
okay.
I would rather do mornings Wednesday. No mornings after church.
That being hump day and all, and in the middle of the week, we'll be fresh in the morning.
Okay, so I have two commissioners say morning on Wednesdays,
Who said morning?
Williams and Garrett.
No, thank you.
I mean, I'm open on Wednesdays all day, so,
Except for 1 to 3.
except for 1 to 3.
I'm good for Wednesday evenings again, 6 o'clock.
All right, so we have Wednesday morning. What time in the morning would be good?
At 7, I can put it.
I could be open, but at least,
Let's schedule the next meeting for Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and then schedule our times, because we all need to vote as a quorum.
Yeah.
And I think if Dr. Turpin can't do mornings, that's gonna be unfair to him to set the kind of course. And we just want everybody to participate. I don't think we're gonna find a time that's perfect for everybody, but at least we can set the schedule all together.
Okay, so would that be Wednesday, June the 29th at 6 p.m.? Or
I think it looks,
July the 6th?
Let's go with the 6, please.
All right, so Wednesday, July the 6th
That's at 6 p.
at
right?
6 p.m. All right, can I get a move in support for that?
So moved.
Thank you.
I support it.
Moved by Scott and supported by Killiam. For Wednesday, for the next meeting to be Wednesday, July the 6th, 2022 at 6 p.m. in council chambers. Roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know
Oh,
what?
no.
I'm sorry. Is that the first Wednesday
It
of the
is.
month?
yes.
I think the planning commission, didn't the planning commission meet the
Yeah,
first?
I was.
I think the planning commission meets the
It is the
first
first
Wednesday
of the month.
of the month. So that actually would not
Can
work.
we use the other room then?
The only problem then
It
becomes,
can't be televised.
right, with the Cape, having, it becomes a little difficult for them to multiple meetings
Yeah.
at the
Oh, yeah,
same
multiple meetings.
time.
Oh,
Okay,
So can we go with June 29th then?
I don't think I'll be here on the 29th.
You won't? You said you won't be here?
I won't be here. So, but yeah, if the group can meet on 29th, then that's what we'll go with. But I also think that, well, never mind. So through the chair, whatever the majority says, I'll go with.
can we do it Tuesday
Well, I would like,
at 6?
I would not like for it to be on June 29th.
Can
if
you do the
that's not-
28th? That's a Tuesday at 6?
They're
That's
here.
city
The
council.
City council?
Oh,
The problem is scheduling this spot is what
Yeah.
we're running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the 30th?
Thursday? The 30th?
Thursday, yeah. No. No.
I mean, I'm good for the 30th. I mean, I'm.
What about the 7th, too? You could always do the 7th for those that might be out of town.
Yeah, I can do the 7th
Okay, so Thursday, July the 7th.
at 6 o'clock. Does that work for
Looks
everybody?
good
Yeah.
for
What about you?
most folk.
Okay,
My partner said he cool over here.
okay, I see
Yeah.
a thumbs up.
Okay,
Dr. Turpin?
Commissioner Turpin.
No problem.
awesome.
Unless I'm not here, I won't be here.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we actually need to,
A motion.
no, we already had a
To with-
motion.
Yeah, withdraw.
We need
Or-
to withdraw that motion.
I withdraw my support. Oh, no, I did not. I didn't support. I'm sorry.
Same?
Commissioner
withdraw your-
Williams.
It wasn't, it was.
Stewart.
and
Stewart.
I withdraw my support.
Okay,
Custodian
okay,
Fuller.
so Stewart
Withdraws my support.
No, Williams.
and Killian withdraw his second.
It was
All right,
Killian.
so the new motion is Thursday, July the 7th, 2022 at 6 p.m.
I make that motion.
Second.
So moved by Williams, second by Stewart, Thursday, July 7th. Roll call, please.
Garrett,
Yes.
Killian,
Yes.
Payne,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
Turpin,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ibarra, Burrows.
Yes.
9-0, Madam Chair.
Thank you. The next one is new business.
It's all new, Madam Chair.
We all knew.
Whole thing.
Madam Chair, I did just want to inform the commission, so the clerk's office has mailboxes for each commissioner in the clerk's office, so where you can receive your official mail. So we do have mailboxes for you in the clerk's office.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
In regarding to signing the, what was that we're gonna sign?
Oh, the election,
The
the
elections.
The,
oath of office.
Both of I have those. So
Okay.
so when will we be signing those tonight, or?
Mhm.
Okay.
Great.
Clerk said, mhm. Tonight.
All right, any other new business? Public comment.
So no one signed in on the public comment sheet, but I don't know, probably just ask members of the public if they want to make a comment.
Okay, I would like to do that. I would like to ask members of the public if they would, if they have a public comment. I think we can do 3 minutes. Can we stay in line with the,
Yeah, you should have a timer right there.
yeah, okay, come on. Let's figure.
Push all of us. No.
Oh, boy.
No, that's too
Oh, boy.
much.
Okay,
Stop.
Okay.
Well, just to your
Okay,
gavel.
There we
oh,
go.
there we go. Okay. Well, then how do you start it?
Then just gavel for open.
You just push it.
Push what?
The 3-minute button, the same button you just pushed.
Okay. No. Well,
Oop, that's going
That's the
okay,
wrong
okay.
way.
So then you want to click that. Okay, so click that.
okay,
Click
and then
down.
down? No, okay, there we go.
There we
Okay,
go.
okay.
Okay,
All right, we're,
it's just going to keep going. Then?
please come to the podium.
Mine will take 30 seconds because I simply want to say thank you to each one of you because I know that you aren't getting a lot of money or notoriety or anything out of it. You're volunteering your time that you could spend doing something else. But Pontiac is in a crucial situation and it can be better, and it's because of people like you that it will be better. Thank you.
Before you leave, can you tell us your first and last name, please?
Do I have
Thank you.
Winifred Gordon?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Please state your name for the record, please.
Hi, I am Mikkel Goodman from District 3. I just want to say to everyone up there, again, thank you for taking on this, I don't want to use the word burden, but this role It is a thankless job, probably even more so than the one that me and my colleagues have. But I think it's extremely important what's being done here, especially as we go forward in terms of our city. Of course, me and my colleagues have a separate job within our own, but what you're doing here sets the groundwork for everything that we will do and everything that the people after us will do when it comes to the city. So I just want to say thank you, and please do everything you can to make sure that you set not only, again, the current council, but the future of the city up for success, because at this point we truly do need it. And also, congratulations to Jose Ibarra being the person from my district, District 3.
Thank you.
NZ Bryant. I just want to say that I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged because of the people that I see there, those that I know and those that I don't know. But I see the interaction that you guys, each of you have. You don't always agree, but that's good because we need open communication, open minds. And more importantly, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen more than we talk. And so it's important that we do listen to one another and that we gather the ideas that they have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, good evening, everybody. My name is Thomas Lawrence, District 1, and our representative is Brian Killian Bay from District 1. We appreciate him not only being a resident there, but also stepping up to the plate to be a part of the Pontiac Charter Commission. And everybody on board here today, you guys did a very, very good run for the seats, and that was commendable, respectable. And just want to thank all of you for taking the positions that you've taken. We're going to get behind you and support you, and we look forward to you doing a wonderful job in putting this city charter into the perspective that it should be in order for our city to be moving forward. And thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. Closing comments?
Close public comment.
Oh, okay. Okay, public comment is closed. All right, so with that, we can adjourn, but I would like to just give a point of privilege to each of the commissioners. 3 minutes to say anything that you need to say. Yeah, and I will start with Mr. Commissioner Burrows.
I'd just like to say good evening. Thanks for voting us all in. I believe this is something that's serious that needs to be done. And I do believe that the community need to be more involved. And instead of just us 9 sitting here making decisions, I think the community should be more involved into the decisions as well, so they're not blindsided with different rules and regulations that we're putting in place. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Garrett.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to say good evening to everyone. Thank you. I'm super excited about my new team, my new teammates. I'm serving with you. I appreciate each and every last one of you. We've worked in various capacities with each other. This charter is so important. I think Commissioner Williams said it best. We setting it now patterns for the next 30 years. And so now that my son is off and going, I'm thinking about my grandchildren now, and my grandson being able to experience what I know it's going to be a powerful charter, and that I know that the city will be able to get behind this particular time. Thank you for all the charter commissioners before me, that the shoulders that I'm standing on right now, for doing the hard work, but then also, again, current teammates, appreciate you. Thank you so much for this honor for the citizen of Pontiac to serve you, and to the clerk's office for keeping us on task up until this moment. And I knew under tremendous circumstances to do so with much respect for what you do, sir. Thank you. And that's it, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Payne.
Good evening. I would just like to say that I am extremely excited. I'm excited about this team. During our campaigning, everyone that I spoke with out in the rain, basically were talking about how we want the community to be involved. We want to share with you. We want you to share with us. And you're going to be the one that tell us what you want in the charter, you know. And so I'm excited about that because that's what a city is really all about. It's what the people want, what we want as a team, as a group, as a city. And I'm excited to get to work. I can't wait to hear all the new ideas and things that everyone have because we have such a diverse group, and I'm so impressed with that. I'm impressed with everyone here. And thank you to all of the voters that came out in the rain and voted for us, and for the ones that also campaigned. And I thank them, and we're looking forward to having them on board also and helping them to share with us their ideas. So thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Killian?
First and foremost, praise Allah and honor to everyone here, especially the members of the charter, because when you honor everyone, you honor God. And I want to really say I'm very thankful for the people that voted and for the people that didn't vote for me and voted for everybody else, because I am for change. I think this commission here is for change. I think we all ran on being open and honest and trustworthy to get the information of moving Pontiac forward out. We want to get in touch with a lot of people. So I honor everyone here that came here, that is listening, and especially my board members. Also, I'd like to honor my mother, Miss Evelyn LaDuff, and my sister that passed, Miss Liana LaDuff, for giving me the spirit to come up here and take on this duty. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Stewart?
Great, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone, and just wanted to say, similar to all of my other colleagues, thank you so much for electing all of us to serve as your charter commissioners. I know many of you as well in personal capacities, and just super excited to serve with you all. You know, my big thing is, again, we really got to get a charter passed. 1982 is a long time ago. We got a lot of changes to make, but change can be scary. And so that the most critical thing that we can do to make that less scary, less terrifying, less like what the heck is going on for our citizens is to engage them and to bring them along every single step of the way. And I know many of us believe that same process, but that will be lifted up in every single thing that we do. And I hope to lift that up in every single thing that we do, that the citizens have to be engaged. And so I look forward to working with you all on that. I hope that as the city council is assessing the budget and others, that they also note that as well, and that we'll have a collaborative and exciting process moving forward.
Thank you. Commissioner Turpin?
I'm sort of speechless. You know, I did this whole process maybe 10 years ago, a little less. Nobody ever came to the meetings. So this is really a shout out to those that are paying attention today. You know, talk to your friends, your neighbors, and take part in this process, because there's lots of conversations to be had. And hopefully the community's engagement with this process will make this charter a good charter for years and years to come.
Thank you. Commissioner Ybarra, am I saying that right? Yes. Yes, go right ahead.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak, and thank you everyone that came out. Thank you for everyone who has supported this charter commission so far. I am thankful to be working with this star-studded line of people to ensure that we make an impact on the charter here in the city of Pontiac. Wise man, known as Drake, once said, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So I will always encourage from day one to be ready and make sure that we use our time that we have now to really make an impact on our revision. So thank you so much. Glad to be a part of this experience.
Thank you for that. Was the highlight of this whole meeting. I am here for it. I am here for it. Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Williams.
Thank you, Chairwoman Ramsey. It's very exciting to be here. I thank God. I'm very excited just to see the new people taking the seats up here. One of the reasons I didn't run for city council was because we needed to change the charter. And so you guys are helping to make history along with the community. And so this is not, definitely not about me. I'm a bit of a nerd, so I'm gonna love these charter talks. But this is about us reclaiming our citizenry. Commissioner Turpin talked about only 5,000 people voting. We can change that. If we have a charter that people feel that they're a part of and believe in, and we get some people like Jose and other people to get engaged in the process, I think we can do something tremendous in this city that hasn't been done in 30 years. They used to have elections where people used to be on the corner with bullhorns and all of that other stuff back in the day, and we lost that somewhere along the way. But I think a new charter with updates to the government will definitely help everybody. So I'm excited to be here with each and every one of y'all, and I'm so inspired by the different experiences that everybody has on the charter, from a real estate guy to a school board president and police officer, to a community organizer and activist, to two people who have been on the planning commission, so we can talk about that in the charter, from a grant writer, so maybe Scott Stewart can write some grants for us to get some more money, and then to have Jose that can quote Drake with the best of them. I think I'm very excited. So thank y'all so much, and please attend all of the meetings, please, all of them. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. First of all, I would just like to thank my husband and my amazing children. My grandson was here, but he was causing a lot of ruckus, so they took him out. But if it was not for my family, I could not be sitting up here right now. And I just want to acknowledge them and the sacrifices that they make that allow me to be in these type of positions. I ran for Charter Commission not because I think the city should look a certain type of way or we should do a certain type of thing. It is important and vital to me that we bring the residents along, that they understand every decision that we make. And if it is, we took out a period and added a comma, this is why. I think explaining and educating people, the charter holds so much power, and I don't think people know that. And I think that if we work with them and educate them, that this room will be filled by the end, which I hope does not take 3 years, but will be filled because people will understand the importance and have comments and suggestions. I believe that we could do this with no money. I don't know if we could do it the best. Right? And so it's important to have money so that we can reach out to people. There are people who don't do social media, which is the easiest thing. We need to make sure that we have literature at people's doors so that they can read and understand everything that we're doing. Will we get everything right? Probably not. We're not going to agree every single time, but I think each person up here is up here because they believe that this city and the residents here deserve more, and they are willing to sacrifice long hours, not getting paid, and probably some stern talking from some residents based on our votes and our thoughts. But we're all here for it because we are here for the residents. And I just want to congratulate and thank each one of the commissioners here tonight because you signed up to do the hard work, and I appreciate that. And with that, I would like to end the meeting.
Need a motion.
I need a motion to end the meeting at 7:28. I have a motion to adjourn from Commissioner Turpin.
Support.
Support by Gill. Roll call, please.
Did you say Garrett? Support?
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Okay. Killian?
Yes.
Payne?
Yes.
Ramsey?
Yes.
Stewart?
Yes.
Turpin?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Ibarra? Yes. Burrows?
Yes.
Garrett?
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 7:28.
Thank you.
At 2:30 morning, kick it in. You don't understand. Congratulations.
over the weekend.
Oh, what
You can.
You've got to give that back to him. That one is signed.
Madam President,
Yeah.
Madam Chair, you got your oath?
Oh wait, I got a question.
Hello, sir.